rousing presentations here. Good for us. We got good material to talk about. That's wonderful. Okay, and our last presenter is going to make his presentation on behalf of Barack Obama, Larry Estrada.
Good evening, Democrats! Let me just say, first of all, let me thank some people here. First of all, Tim, Abe, Natalie for doing a great job putting together this forum. Also, I'm just honored to be up here with Mark and Barbara, my good friend Larry. And like Larry, I'm a real Kucinich fan myself. In fact, I'm so much of a Kucinich fan that I support his choice in Iowa.
Yep.
His choice was Barack Obama. That was his choice in Iowa. He talked to his folks and said, if you're not going to work for me, if I can't get on the ballot, work for Barack Obama. So yes, I support Dennis Kucinich, and I like his attitude. Now let me tell you a few things. And let me tell you a little bit about my history. 1960, I was a small boy, went around with my father, posted signs for John F. Kennedy. This was no small feat because we lived in Whittier, California. We posted signs for JFK. 1968, as a college student, I campaigned and I supported Bobby Kennedy. 1972, I supported George McGovern. 1976, I worked in Los Angeles for Jimmy Carter. In 1984, I worked for Jesse Jackson. In 2008, I'm for Barack Obama. He is not a New Age Democrat. He's not a moderate, watch the polls Democrat. He is a Democrat. And if you want democratic values, if you want a winner, vote for Barack Obama. Yeah. Now, what does Barack Obama stand for? A few of the things he stands for: transparency in government, something that's rather refreshing nowadays. Curtailing corporate tax breaks. He is taking on the corporate tax structure. And he will provide relief for middle-income citizens, but take away the whole veneer of corporate tax structures for massive corporations that are bleeding us as a nation, as a country. He will also eliminate the PAC influence. He is the only candidate that is not taking large PAC monies. He is running as a clean candidate, as an independent candidate, working for the people, not for PACs. He's also for electoral reform. If anything, he has even gone across the aisle and supported John McCain to try to get meaningful electoral reform in this country. Foremost, when we talk about Barack Obama, he is a humanitarian. Many things can be said about immigration and immigration policy. I am a student of immigration policy. As some of you know, I have published in that area. And let me tell you, the person who has taken immigration straight on has been Barack Obama in a humanitarian fashion. He has worked with Ted Kennedy, he has worked with Marina Cantwell, he has worked with Patty Murray to get a fair immigration policy on the table. At the same time, he has supported educational benefits for the children of undocumented workers. He has also supported Medicare for undocumented workers. He is for a humanitarian immigration policy that will give a pathway to citizenship for undocumented workers.
Yes.
We also, when we talk about Barack Obama, we're talking about equity. We're talking about a candidate who has consistently fought for the reauthorization of the Voting Rights Act to provide equity across the board in terms of voting. We also have a candidate in Barack Obama who wants to strengthen our alliances overseas. We have been damaged. We have been tattered by the Bush administration. We need an individual who can meet with world leaders to get us back in a position of leadership and respect in terms of world leadership and cooperation. That is Barack Obama. No other candidate can get us to that level. Also, when we talk about Barack Obama, we're talking about the provision of a viable health care system. Yes, a number of the candidates have talked about a health care system, but Barack Obama has a plan. And this would provide health care for every citizen by 2010. Health care for every citizen by 2010. He has talked about consistently providing universal educational benefits from K through 16 and beyond. Now, I work in the university structure. I see how hard my students work. I see how much money they have to borrow. I see many of my students who leave Western Washington University $50,000, $60,000 in debt. We need a candidate who will fight for students. A candidate that will fight for universal education and provide it from K through 16. Barack Obama believes in a graduated energy policy that will take us off dependence of foreign oil, that will take us off the dependence of fossil fuels, and provide incentives for development of new clean energy resources. He is intent upon getting us off of oil over time and getting us off of fossil fuels and increasing the inventiveness of Americans who come up with new energy resources. We need a candidate like Barack Obama. Let me say one thing. A lot of people have said something about the war. Who resisted the war straight on? Woo! Who opposed the war straight on? Barack Obama did. When it was not the popular thing to do, he opposed the war. He continues to oppose the war, and he has a way and a plan to get us out of Iraq, and I might say to Mr. Kucinich's representative, by 2009. A point of agreement between him and Mr. Kucinich. Finally, when we talk about Barack Obama, we're talking about a candidate that's going to provide security for every American against terrorism. Now, let me tell you a novel way of how Barack Obama is going to do this. He's actually going to go out and talk with world leaders. Yes. Novel way. He's going to talk with Mr. Ahmadinejad. He's going to talk with the leader of North Korea. Very novel response to dealing with world issues and world problems. We have a candidate here who is exciting. Not since Bobby Kennedy have we had a candidate that's worn the big D and that has acted like a Democrat and will pursue his candidacy like a Democrat. There is a movement going on, folks. You saw what happened in Iowa. You saw what happened in New Hampshire, a state that nobody gave him a chance just 6 months ago. And he almost pulled off New Hampshire, and he got the same amount of delegates that Hillary got. This is a person that is electrifying the American electorate. He is a winner. He can pull across the aisle because of his conviction, because of his attitude, because of the way he responds to people. What I'm asking for you tonight is to join that movement. Join that possibility. We haven't had a possibility like this since 1968. So join with me and support Barack Obama.